Hello friends, welcome back to the channel once again. Today we are going to talk about one more new and exciting offering from MuleSoft side called MCP Bridge. Now this is very important because lot of teams are asking same question again and again. How do we expose our existing APIs which are running in production environment and those are part of some use cases to AI agents? Without rewriting services, without adding new complexity, and without compromising on any governance. That is exactly we're going to understand in this video with the practical mindset. Now, this is classic example of API-led connectivity where we have implemented order management use case, and this is right now running in production environment. Now, client wants to expose this product SAPI and this order SAPI as a MCP server. These MCP servers will be consumed by these AI agents, and collaboratively, these AI agents will be generating agentic experience for our users or our customers. Now let's try to solve this client-specific requirement. First, we'll follow the traditional approach where we'll be generating solution at the application level. Let's see one by one, okay? Solution 1 will be creating brand new Mule app. We'll be adding MCP connector. For each operation in these APIs, we'll have one tool, MCP tool. That means one-to-one mapping with operations and the MCP tool. You can see the screenshot. For every MCP tool, we'll be doing HTTP request call to this API operations. In second approach, we'll take the existing code itself and we'll make a change. We'll add the MCP connector over there. And for every operations in these APIs, we'll have MCP tool. That means one-to-one mapping here also. You can see the screenshot below. If you follow this approach, then our team needs to follow these steps. Either create a new implementation or update existing implementation. Make a use of MCP connector, add MCP tool listeners for the operations which you want to expose as MCP tool. Rewrite JSON schemas for request and response, even if those schemas are already part of your API specification and published on Exchange. Test everything again, get approvals, and follow the complete deployment lifecycle. This approach works fine, but with the additional operational overhead. Now imagine you're a part of real enterprise architecture. Imagine you have hundreds of API and now you want to convert those hundreds of API into MCP server. Now if you follow this traditional approach, then this approach or this solution is not going to get scale at the production level. And that is exactly MCP Bridge comes into picture and gives a solution at the platform level. With simple configurations, you can convert your existing API without rewriting the existing code, without introducing any new runtime. You'll be able to convert them into MCP servers. Let's see how those works. So you'll be creating MCP Bridge. You'll get deployed on Flex Gateway. You'll add the API instances from your Exchange. You'll add the implementation URL to those API instances. You will map the operations from these API instances to the MCP tools. And this bridge will get deployed on Flex Gateway and you'll get a single endpoint. That single endpoint will be consumed by the AI agents. Now, when AI agents ask for the list of tools available, the gateway will respond with MCP descriptor. That MCP descriptor will have tool name, description, and input schema. When AI agent calls those tools, the MCP bridge will map those calls to the HTTP requester, and then that HTTP requester will call actual operation from these APIs. And that's the real value. Both the approach, platform level solution and application level solutions, still works, still fine. But you need to decide based on your requirement, you can pick one. But if your goal is to deploy your APIs and you want to deploy quickly in a clean and in an enterprise level architecture, then I'll recommend to go ahead with the MCP Bridge solution. Now, a lot of theory we have discussed. Let's look at the practical side of it. So in this demo, we'll go step by step on Anypoint Platform, and we'll see how to configure MCP Bridge, how those existing APIs are mapped to MCP tools, how agents can discover those MCP tools, how those tools calls are translated into API calls. Let's deep dive and see those step by step in real setup. Let's go to API Manager. Go to Agent and Tool Instances. Click on Add and you'll find MCP Bridge option over here. Go ahead and click on it. Select your Flex Gateway. Select your APIs which you want to add as part of this MCP server. Give a name to your MCP server. I'll give the MCP Bridge demo. Next. On the same Flex Gateway, you'll be adding multiple APIs. So I'll just create a unique path here for your base path. Next, go ahead and add your implementation URL of your APIs as a upstream URL. Paste it till here. Remove that extra. Both APIs are combined in same application, so I'll be having single implementation URL. Okay, I'll add both the endpoints. Now you can add tools. So go ahead, select your order API. I'll add two tools from here, get orders. You can see that's the beauty of MCP Bridge. From your API specification, it will pull and auto-populate this input schema. Now I'll add one more tool for order API. This time I'll say create orders. Okay, and now you see a detailed input schema is actually auto-populated from your API specification. I'll add two more tools. Now this time I'll be picking product API. I'll say get products. Fine. Add one more tool for product API. Post products. Now you see the input schemas are properly auto-populated, description is properly auto-populated, and tool names are also auto-populated. Okay, once everything is fine here, I'll go ahead and say next. Review everything. Okay, so you can see that there are two upstream APIs URLs we have added. Check everything is fine, URLs are fine. Yeah, and 4 tools we have added. Save and deploy. Once it is saved and deployed, you'll get one exchange assets created over here. So let's go ahead and check it. See here, MCP Bridge demo, and you will find all the details here. Go to tools section, all the tools available. Go back to your API manager. Copy this consumer endpoint. Okay, once it is deployed, I'll go ahead and meanwhile I'll create the. So before creating the MCP request, here I'll show you my existing APIs. Those are running in production right now. So if you trigger my get products, I'm having few products, and get orders. These are the orders I already have in my production running API. Now, without disturbing these endpoints, let's go ahead and convert these endpoints into MCP server endpoints. So go ahead and first try to, okay, instead of this, it should be MCP, and instead of studio, HTTP, Control V. Okay, say connect first. Now you can see it is connected and it's populated the available tool list also. Now let's say get order. You can see all those orders are populated here. Let's go and create any one order. So let's say iPhone 17, and I'll say I need something like 10 quantities. I'll say run. Now you can see that with the 10 quantities, this order also placed. Now the same endpoint will be consumed by the AI agents, and this call will go to the MCP bridge. MCP bridge will convert this call into the normal API calls, and then finally your actual API which are running in production, those will be getting called and executed. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly show you few more things. So if you go to the MCP bridge section, there'll be policies, auto policies will be applied here. See, MCP specific policies, transcoding, schema validation, and some inbound policies are applied, some outbound policies are also applied. Okay, you can, I think that's all from here. You'll be able to see key metrics over here. Okay, call per hour, request, errors, validation errors, response time per hour. So all metrics you can see it here. And that's how we convert our production ready or running APIs into MCP server endpoints. Yeah, that's all from this session. Hope you liked it.